Hi guys, welcome back to another episode with Purpose Talks with Olua. And with me today is Rivaldo, and I would like to give him the honor to introduce himself.
Aloha and all your viewers. My name is Rivaldo. I'm currently a lawyer and a candidate legal practitioner. I'm also the host of the TV show NBC Situation Critical with Rivaldo Cavanga and also the radio show which is Day at Daybreak with Desert FM 95.3. On top of that, I do a lot of work. I co-founded an NGO called AO Namibia, which is Active Youth Organization Namibia. And lastly, I think my greatest achievement in all of this is being an older brother to four younger siblings, which includes one boy and three girls. So you must now just imagine how stressful that one must be.
I'm trying to imagine you being that big brother, but what I can say is that it must be amazing having you as a big brother. I
Mm.
mean, you're somebody that I look up to, and I feel like I'm older than you.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
not relevant, but I'm just trying to,
Uh,
young boys out there. Look at Rivaldo, and for me, Rivaldo is here. When I compare myself to him, I really learn a lot from you.
Thank
You
you.
are doing quite amazing work up there, and you talked about being very proud of being a big brother
Mm.
and having siblings, a boy, and then three
Girls,
girls. How does that feel you?
I think I sometimes feel bad for them
Uh-huh.
because two of them attend the high school I attended. So you know the thing when you compare your older brother to you and they're like, oh yeah, so I sometimes feel bad for them. But I
Mm.
feel like they're also very lucky to have me as an older brother. I'm
Mhm.
very strict. I may not come off like this,
I
but I'm
can
very
just
strict
imagine.
with my siblings because I also just want them to do their best.
Mm.
And I think sometimes I see strictness as a form of love
Yeah.
because I remember my grandfather was also very strict with me. But when you look back at it, you realize that everyone is trying to guide you in
Mm.
the right way. When people push you to a certain extent to study,
Yeah.
they take your phone away. It's because they want you to do good for
Yeah.
yourself. So yeah, it's an amazing journey being an older brother. I don't think I would have wanted to be any other position in the
It
sibling.
sounds amazing because you're so passionate about it. Even the way you're talking about it, like,
Mm,
it's giving, I am a present, brother. That is,
exactly, a present older brother.
yes, yes. And you were part of the Children's Parliament.
Yes, yes. So I was part of the Children's Parliament. I think it was from 2019 up until 2023, 2024. I'm not sure of the
Sure.
date. So it was like a full 5 years.
Yeah. And I call him my president, guys.
Uh,
One day you'll understand because he's definitely going to be a president one day.
definitely,
You better
definitely,
work towards that, Rivaldo, because for me, the bar is.
definitely.
And talking about being a perfect role model for the boy child out there and the crisis that we have in our country and perhaps in Africa or the global community in terms of the boy child.
Mm,
For you, when you define men in our community being the perfect role models to the boy child, what are
mm.
you looking at as a young man in Namibia?
I think we are experiencing a vacuum of leadership with men in the country in general, and that is now transcending towards the younger generation of boys.
Mm.
They don't see leaders anymore that they can emulate. They are, of course, I'm not going to say there are no leaders,
Yeah,
there are, but it's very few of them. And secondly, there is a selfishness with men now, the older generation as well, in not wanting to give back.
yeah.
I've seen the complaints, yeah, boys are being left out, blah, blah, blah. But no one is saying, what am I doing?
Doing,
Who am I
yeah,
mentoring? What school am I
yes.
going to go speak to the boys? Am I talking to the boys at my village? Am I talking to the boys in my location? Or they just come with my BMW as a managing director, come home, come into my house, close the door, and then watch soccer, prepare for the next day, and not even share influence. So I think the crisis that we are facing with the boy child is definite because if there's no role model, then boys are left to make role models out of what they think
Mm-hmm.
is a role model. Let me know some of these role models that we see as well in the communities are not exactly what you want boys to be.
Exactly.
And that crisis is further attributed. I think we also have a single parent, absent father
Yeah.
pandemic in this country. And those are things that I didn't study psychology, but I know and I've seen this as
Yeah.
well for myself. When a father is absent in a household, it also leaves a vacuum for a boy to look for a father somewhere
Somewhere
else.
else.
which could be in gangs, which could be, and boys find different things cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
they see different things as
boys.
leadership, you know, being the top
So,
guy in the
mm,
location, Grootman in the
good man.
location, that's possibly what they emulate and see, and that's what they want to become. And it's why I think we don't need more of those.
Yeah.
We don't definitely don't need more of those. But I think it's also we've seen that a lot of men are not willing to give back. They
Yes.
don't want to
Yes.
make
Thank
the
you.
extra 10, 30 minutes.
Honestly, they don't.
Sit down, go to what the high school you were at. I was at Yangmore. Go back to Yangmore.
Mm,
Hage, whatever high school Agustinian, go sit down 30 seconds, 30 minutes, not 30 seconds, 30 minutes, sit in a class with boys, ask them career leadership, this career guidance, this is where I want you to go
mm,
in your career, this is what I would advise you to study. The country is going in this direction. That's what
mm.
men need to do more.
Yeah, no, honestly, there is an issue, and it's really a thing of the men not wanting to bring their part.
Mm,
And that's really the issue that we have in our country because if you look at it, the women are doing what they're supposed to do. And when women are doing these things, they are also doing it for the next person, which is the boy child. They are not just
mm,
doing it for themselves, they are doing it for everybody. But if we can have now men and women championing for both the girl and the boy child, then we are not going to be sitting with the crisis that we are sitting right now. So I myself, I'm a teacher, and
mm.
when I'm in class, and I have like 23 boys and 23 girls. Those are 46 learners in one class. But I'm always really happy when I see boys coming to class
Mm,
because they are more vulnerable when it comes to the issues that affect them at home that make them not want to come to school.
exactly.
For me, when my boys are all in the class, I'm the proudest teacher in the room
Mm,
because I feel like when we carry them along in every aspect, we are really able to shape our community. And awareness itself should be inclusive.
exactly.
Even us as women, if we are raising awareness of anything, it's important that we have to carry along the boy child so that they understand that whatever they do in society and whatever community they live in, they are not living in isolation. If you are teaching the boy child on how to use a condom, for example, the girl child should be present. The
Exactly.
things that we used to do where we are teaching the learners about HIV and AIDS, we are teaching them on condoms or contraceptives, but the boys are outside.
But
That is where the problem started.
even just when you're teaching girls about the menstrual cycle and all of
Yes,
those things, why should the boys be outside?
yes,
Let's Everyone should be in class to learn.
yes,
We
because
should know about each other. We
yes,
live together. We
we live
coexist.
together. Yes,
Mm,
because at the end of the day, these boys will grow up to be fathers. They
exactly.
grow up to be husbands. But now, if at an early age we have already groomed them to feel like they don't belong in rooms where people are talking about this and this and this,
Mm.
then they wouldn't care. And I think that is why we are where we are at right now.
And similarly, even at home, when you're cooking, why is it only that the girl is in the kitchen
In the
with her
kitchen.
mother? Let the boy also go there and learn how to cook.
Yes.
I mean, one day he might be living on his own. Will he be eating borscht and noodles every day?
Yeah, and we have men also who are chefs.
Exactly.
What if you have a whole international chef in the house, but because you see cooking as a gender role, you
Mm,
will never groom someone to become a chef and take you even out of poverty if you are
exactly.
a parent that perhaps comes from a background where things are really hard. So sometimes even us as siblings or as parents, we don't see how we disadvantage ourselves like in the near future
Mm,
when we exclude the boy and the girl child from things that they're supposed to learn like in
listen,
collaboration.
exactly.
So yeah, it's really it's amazing to have people like you yourself
Mm,
really doing the most out there. And I think for me, having you on the platform, it's really just about allowing young people to see. I believe they already see you a lot,
mm,
but there is a greater audience out there that I would want to really implore and look at the young people around you that are doing things that are inspiring. Like I
mm.
always, when I've been doing my Namibia advocacy school visits, I've been telling the boys, the teachers at school, those are your number one role models.
Exactly.
But a lot of our boys, like you mentioned, the role models that the people they look up to, the people that they want to see as role models, are people that are out of this world in terms of character.
Mm,
People who are because the person is driving an expensive car, but later on you go get a car. the money was stolen.
Exactly. So, and I think that's why I'll say we need more positive role models. And also those men, the managing director of Nampawa, City
Mm,
of Ventu, those companies, we also need them to really come back into the communities and give back. Because if those men don't come back, even, and I'll include myself in that comment, if I don't go back to my high school, if I don't sit with the boys in my location to say, hey, boys, what do you guys want to study? You guys know oil and gas, what, this is coming up, this is coming up. If we don't do that, then we also leave those boys to themselves, and we all need a helping hand. I had
mm,
so many helping hands throughout my journey. So many men that were there helping me, telling me, okay, do this, do that. Even when I was applying to university, I was applying with a mentor of mine. He was there, was sitting at the left, like, what do you want to study? I'm like, I don't. He's like, okay, these are the different fields that you can study. So we need to make sure that we have a lot more men like that in our communities. And I think it can be anyone. Doesn't mean you have to achieve a certain level
mm-hmm.
of something in
That's very
society
important.
to become a mentor. If you had passed your grade 12 very well, you are good at math, what is so wrong with going back to your high school and saying, guys, let me help you guys with math every day for 30 minutes, an hour, just giving back. And
Okay.
I think I said it last time when I was doing an interview with the Confidante newspaper. If we all help someone else, we're going to make this country even greater
Yeah.
than what it is right
So true. Because I think most times a lot of people think you need to be, for example, maybe you need to be Jay-Z
now.
or you need to be Taylor Perry to inspire or to
All
give
knowledge
them
got you.
or
You
knowledge
don't
that,
need
you
to
know,
be
it's really, it takes, here we are, like guys, you look at us.
and
We are just doing what we can, you know?
and it's possible. Even when people ask me, "Oh, how did you do all of that? How are you doing all of this?" 'Cause it's I don't know if it's easy. It's a lot
Hmm.
of hard work.
It's
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
fun.
sacrifices,
Yeah, it is.
but it's possible. It's very much. I tell this all the time to my children. If I can do it, you can do 10 times what
Yeah.
I'm doing. So I've already shown you the path. You've already seen the path. Just for you to ask Rivaldo, how did you do this? How did you do it? How did you do that? It also takes a lot from you as an individual to say that I want to be somewhere and
Hmm.
I'm going to do it, and then just do it.
Yeah. Honestly, I do believe it because you, like I said, you are the reason why I came to Namibia. You made sure that you sent me the post on Instagram and then you came on WhatsApp just to remind me that my sister go and apply.
Exactly.
So it's really also the people that we have around us,
Mm,
like young people out there, the friends you have, the
mm,
conversations you are having online. You know, the there are some, you know, you find a lot of young people, they don't even know which pages or organizations to follow on social media to be updated. Where do they post scholarships? You know,
mm.
where do you find vacancies? How do you learn how to fill in the government form properly? All this information is available for you on the website. They're available on Instagram. They're available on Facebook. But what do we do online? We bully people. You know, we are
Only
trolling
people
people.
trolling me
We are
and
insulting our leaders.
exactly.
I understand they are not perfect, you know, but also what level or to what extent do we actually put energy in doing the wrong things when actually doing things that help us to grow?
And I think, Lori, you're touching on a very important element,
Mm.
which is social media. I think I've mastered social media very well, and I've seen the benefit of social media. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, if you want to go international, you have to build a social media profile
Oh,
right now. Right now, like you need to build a social media profile, and you need to consume the right things.
yes,
You
very
need to
important.
consume the. I know we all also me. I look at memes, I laugh here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to balance it
You
out.
have to balance it
You
out.
have to follow the right pages. You have to, for instance, like with me, I love current affairs and news, so I follow a
Yeah.
lot of news pages. But there are also meme pages. I also love soccer, football, so there's a lot of football content I also consume. So it's just finding that balance to ensure that you build yourself at the end of the day while having fun. Because imagine you're scrolling, you scroll, you see a meme, you laugh, you scroll, you see another meme, you scroll, you see
Mm.
news, then you scroll, you see job opportunity.
Yes.
You decide, oh no, let me save this, I have to apply later. So young people know what type of content you're consuming. It's very, very important.
So important. And I always tell people, and I keep saying this, your digital footprint is also affected by what you see online.
Exactly.
Curate your feed in such a way that it speaks to your personality.
Exactly.
If you are always watching things that are not productive mentally, emotionally, financially.
Mm,
Like you are just suburban things that are far-fetched. But what are you doing to actually stop suburbaning and live that life that you are watching online every day? You know. So I like that you touch that aspect of young people really making sure that the things that they do online, it's okay, guys. Onseni tumejaa kadafi skating.
exactly.
But also, there's no way you wake up but you don't know what happened in the country where you are.
Exactly.
Because what if they say there's a huge flood coming from Angola and we have to be evacuated, but you didn't hear where we are going to be evacuated from because you don't watch news,
Exactly.
you know?
And it helps the conversations you have with people when you're updated on what
Mm-hmm.
is happening, not just in your country, but all over the world. Where you're in a room and people start speaking of the Strait of Hormuz,
Then
you're able to
you don't
relate,
even know
you
what
know,
is happening.
you're able to relate because you're able to read up. You're like, oh,
For
nah. You're
real.
not like, oh, what word is that? Is that
Yeah.
a foreign language?
Mm.
Yeah. But I think also, and this is specifically to the boys, to the girls,
Yeah.
I think you can be anything you want to be. If you want to be a model,
Mm-hmm.
pursue that career. If you want to be a soccer player, I know a lot of boys in Namibia want to be soccer players, they're good at it. Be a soccer player, but one thing I would always emphasize is make sure to have an education. Make sure to have an education. Make sure that you solidify yourself into that. And I mean, there are many courses out there that one can study. I think we're always focused on law, education, medicine, this type of career. Guys, go open UNAM's website, go open NAST website, go open IUM's website.
Yeah.
There's certificates, there's diplomas, there's all of those things that can just meet you where
Yeah.
you are. I think there are so many inspirational young men. There's a guy on Instagram, Mr. Haufiku. He did his stuff just around sports,
Wow.
just around sports.
Yes, I know
He
him,
went
but
to
he's abroad, eh?
no,
Or
no, he's back.
he's
He's
back.
in the country. He's a lecturer now. You see,
Yeah, I saw that appointment. I saw
yeah.
that
So
appointment.
he went to Real
What a
Madrid.
person.
He was in Spain.
You're
He
a
did that.
person.
He came back. Curating that thing around
Yeah.
something that he loves, but finding the right thing to study. And I know in our country, people like laughing at other people.
Yeah.
What are you studying? Sports management. Your friends
Uh,
are laughing.
mm.
Sports management. What does it want to
Oh,
become? It that as long as
it's
you have a plan.
plain.
I, for
As long as
instance,
you're
I
plain.
love media, I love journalism, but I had to make sure to go get my law degree
Yes,
because
yes.
that's now the backup in case things don't go well.
Exactly.
That's the
And
backup.
here you are.
Mm,
Things are quite going well for you, and I would want it to continue going so well. I would love to see you on BBC. I would love to see you on CN. Anything,
exactly.
I don't for me, I always tell people your qualification, that is a stepping stone for you to do anything you want to do in life.
Exactly.
And you will discover so much about yourself in the process of doing your qualification
Mm,
that you didn't even know about yourself. But also, it starts with putting yourself out there. Because now, at the end of the day, if you cannot build visibility around the things you like,
mm,
then it will not come to you. Because
okay.
honestly, opportunities are out there, but they are only limited to people who are willing to put themselves out there and also who are willing to go beyond that.
And I think just to add on to that, with boys, especially in high school, this is also a personal experience of mine. It's okay to be boring.
Yeah,
It's okay to do the
to be a
things that you
nerd.
don't want to do. No, I remember like there was a Friday, and I'll never forget this Friday in the hostel. So I was in the hostel at Yalmore. I think I was around about grade 12, grade 11. It's
Mm,
now that age where boys are starting to go out, man.
yeah.
And I'm in my room, I'm writing an article, and the guys are coming in. Ah, no, we are going out. And I'm like, I can't go. And I'm writing this article. And the guys are trying
Mm.
on their jeans. You know, the type of boys are saying, no, give me this Nike shoe, give me that Nike shoe, give me the Adidas one. What? And imagine I'm in the room. I also want to go, man. Like, I really also
But you
want
are
to go,
grounded.
but I'm grounded. And then
Yeah,
they go, and then there's just a silence in the room. You're walking alone, and it hurts.
yeah,
I
it
won't
is.
lie, it hurts. And then after that, the boys come back and there's a
Story,
story,
and you
there's a
can't
and
relate.
you
Oh
can't
my
relate. Oh, I
gosh.
did the thing, what? And they're also telling you those stories, and you're like, I maybe should have gone. But one thing I did realize that
Mm.
it's okay doing the boring stuff now. Do the
No,
boring stuff
exactly.
now.
Now.
So you're able to enjoy later on in life, especially for boys in high school. I would implore anyone in high school, especially we know the inequality in this country. We are the second most unequal country in the world in terms of our wealth. So a lot of people are poor in Namibia.
Yeah.
That we cannot lie. That we cannot lie about. Finish your grade 12, get good marks, so you're able to apply for NASFA, subsidized education, and go to varsity. University is very expensive. University is very
Yo, and I
expensive.
always tell people, man, if you are a young adult now, you are
Mm,
having kids, and your plan is for your kids to be funded by the government, guys, you are on the wrong
mm.
path. Make sure that right now, as a young adult, you are working towards having children and you are able to afford education for those kids. And when I say education, for them to go study abroad, for them
Mm,
to go study in the best universities in the world.
mm.
But you cannot do that if you are busy throwing people online, guys.
Exactly.
You cannot do that if you are busy limiting yourself to your small circle that don't know anybody. You can't do that. But anyway, Rivaldo, it's always a pleasure to really talk to you or to just bump into you. And I feel like the one thing I like about us, we always bump into space, like bump into each other in spaces that are like productive. Like
Exactly.
it's either a conference or something, something. So it speaks to who we are as
But I didn't see you at
individuals.
NYC.
Yo, it's a dimension. Come out, I can't have. One thing India is bang for dramatic photo guys. It's a
uh,
but NYC though, like guys, I don't want to
okay,
talk about
there's
politics.
another conversation,
Yeah, that's
another
a conversation
episode.
for another day, I think. But
Mm,
all I can say is all the best.
thank you so much.
You are contesting, right?
Oh, no, 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 I was contesting. I was contesting. I
Oh,
was just there as a
you are.
delegate. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm wishing you all the best, honestly, with anything that you have to do in your life. I feel like for you, the road is always set and clear. It's really just about whether you want to do it or not. Because if you have it within you, Rivaldo,
Mm.
the leadership, being anything, the great dad, a great husband, a great friend,
Oh,
a
yo,
great
I was always
brother.
concerned when you're like the great guy. I'm just kidding. But yes, I
It's just like
received, I received,
you
I
have to
received.
receive because you have it
Uh,
within you. And I believe that your siblings, even with the standard that you set, it can be a lot, but they can do it. And
exactly.
with you in their life, they can do anything. And I'm so sure that your parents are proud of who you are. And I really just want to again implore the Namibian boy and girl out there to please look out for the perfect role models. And when I say perfect, I'm not saying that they don't make mistakes. I'm simply
Mm,
saying that look at people beyond the materialistic things that they carry.
exactly.
As nie die kar en die klere en wat se goed wat hulle aantrek nie, the brands that you guys are always looking at. It's really character. And when I say character, it's the way somebody behaves, the way the person carries themselves in every aspect. And for me, Rivaldo is a perfect role model for the Namibian
Thank you.
child,
Thank you so much,
honestly.
Lloyd. And I think, yeah, I would agree with you. Definitely look at character. Don't look at material things. Material things come and go. There are so many examples, even within our country, of people who have had it 10 years ago. They were having the best cars, the best clothes, and now they don't have it because of character flaws.
Yeah,
So it's always important for us to really look at people's character and take those characters. You see someone is hardworking, or the way someone thinks, step into that. Ask the person, but why? How do you see the world? How do
yeah,
you see our country? Where do you see our country going in the next 5 years? And I think one thing I'd emphasize everyone watching this, boys, girls, men, and women, is now is the time to position yourself. Look at where the country is going. Even me now, I'm signing up to go study something in oil and gas.
oil and
What?
gas guys, like
Next thing I'm starting to
I
study
need
something in AI, something
and
in
I
green
saw
hydrogen.
that both I think NAST and
Mm,
IUM have really good courses like certificates and diplomas in oil and gas, and they also have masters and postgraduate qualifications, and also some organizations that are giving scholarships for people to
exactly.
study. Guys, we don't want to have oil and then we have outsiders that are controlling our things. Let's go out there and do the most.
Okay.
But before we finish, I wanted to ask, I'm very curious.
Mm.
Can you please give me like maybe just five people that you look up to in our country? I don't want to hear Americans and Arabs. Just
So
maybe five. It can be leaders or just
the the first person I always look up to is of course Madam Monica Gimbos.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
knew it.
I think she's
So
very inspirational. She's a great role model to have. Well, she's
mhm.
a great person.
Yeah.
She's a great person. I think the second person would be my mentor since Children's Parliament days, Chandri Finis. Also,
Wow.
teaches you a lot about
Such a
competence.
blessing. Yeah.
Competence, he
Mm,
really pushed competence. Like with anything you do, man, just be competent. I
competent.
don't care what you have to say. Just make sure you can do the work.
Yeah.
I think another one would obviously also be Patience Masua. Great person. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like cannot put these people into leadership positions
Yeah.
automatically
Forever.
just for them
Yeah.
to run our country. Two more people. I have an aunt that also really inspires me a lot. Her name is Rosa. She
That's
just,
beautiful.
yeah, so within the family dynamic also, she really inspires me. And I think the last person that I'd like to, that really also drives me to this date would be my late grandfather. I
Mm.
think I wouldn't be where I was or where I am
Mm.
without him. So I always just also believe that, wow, no, even beyond his death, I'm like, I take a lot of inspiration because I'm always asking myself, where would he have wanted to see me? Am I doing things that honor him? So I'm always just pushing myself. So that's the five people that
Yeah.
truly inspire me. But about all else, I think you should be able to inspire yourself.
Yourself. Oh, by
Be able to
more.
inspire. Wake up in the morning and say, I'm doing this for me.
Yes.
I want to see me in the next 10 years as this and this and this and this. But it's great to surround yourself with people that inspire you, that are able to guide you. It's a blessing, really. It's a blessing. And sometimes you have to force. If you
Yeah.
have to find Gloria tomorrow in the state and take her by the hand and say, Dad, you must be my mentor,
Mhm.
do it, guys. Because those things of asking people, can you please be my mentor? And then Gloria says yes. And then you don't follow up.
Yeah.
Why will you come to me and tell me, Rivaldo, how do you do? No, guys, force things.
You have to,
Force things.
when you need help, you need to force things
Mhm.
until such a time that you don't need people. And there's never a time that you not need people. You
Exactly.
need to learn how to force things.
Whether
And
before we go anything else, I just want to ask you, who are
Mhm.
five people that inspire you? I think you put me on the spot with that question, so I'm returning the
You
favor.
okay, I'm really inspired by my friends. Okay,
Mm,
my friends will be like number one, my best friends.
mm,
It's so weird because for me, I feel like where I am right now is because of my best friends. Those girls
mm,
believe in. Like I used to be very negative in high school,
mm,
very very negative. Perhaps because of the things I've been through as a child, but they taught me how to see light,
mm,
even on days when there's no light. So
mm,
for me, my friends inspire me so much, and I love it because they are very private about their life, but
mm,
they are winning. But
mm,
still, they draw that positivity like they are my peace.
mm.
Like you see what they say, men look for peace in the relationship. For me, I look for me in friendship. Anyone that comes to me, and I think that's why I'm where I am today because of the people that are around me. So my friends, number one. Number two, I would say my grade 4 teacher,
Mm.
Miss Siboleka.
Teachers are always teachers. Yo, guys,
Yo,
teachers are a blessing.
that woman,
Mm,
and I'm looking for her until today because I heard she's no more in Cape Town. That woman took me out of darkness,
mm,
and she's Caprivian by the way,
mm,
and she just carried me. And wherever I went in my life, even when I'm in West Namibia right now, I see her at the back of my mind because she always saw the best in me.
mm,
Even when I didn't see it, that lady always saw the best in me. It's like she's a guardian angel,
mm.
and her husband used to be a bodyguard for the late founder, founding father Sam Nujoma.
Oh,
Yeah, and the daughter also participated in Miss Namibia
oh,
one
wow.
day. So it's like I have all this, leadership beside in the Miss
Uh,
Namibia, and it just keeps me going. And the third person would be, of course, my guy. Our front guys. For me, that lady there,
uh,
her aura, her style, her smile,
her intellect.
her intellect, her ability to just, blend in, like even internationally.
Not even that. I think
Yeah,
her ability to make everyone feel seen in a room.
yes, she's
I think the first
amazing.
time I heard her say my name, I was like, you know me?
Yeah,
And I've
I
seen
would
her
love
done
to
that.
meet her like in
I've seen her
person.
done that with a lot of people. Like she takes a lot of interest in who's around her. And it's
Yeah,
that's something I'm also learning. It's very important to make people feel important.
it is. It is because at the end of the day, everybody wants to feel
Seen
appreciated
and
and
seen,
seen.
yeah.
You know. Yeah, I feel like I won't finish if I
And no, sorry for going on that, but just the work that she
she
has
has
done.
done what she did with B3 guys, or what she's doing with B. I have children in my class
Mm,
that benefit a lot from that organization.
mm,
Like kids that didn't know how to read, but now they are
mm.
reading because of those afternoon classes. Kids that do not have the privilege to do certain extracurricular activities at school, but they get to go and do cricket, they get to do tennis because of this. Guys, let's respect Madam Monica.
Also, not to be biased, I'm just declaring I am the hashtag P3 and One Economy Foundation ambassador. But there was a Friday you were on campus in the P3 campus, and I saw them take out a speaker. I saw the children dancing, and I'm like, if this center wasn't here,
Yeah,
what would those kids be doing?
in the
They'd be
streets, huh?
in the streets,
In the
and
streets,
that's
man.
where they'd be open to anything happen. Nah, let's drink a beer, let's chew, let's do this, or just something bad also happening. So I'm like, yo, we really have to appreciate
We
the
have to
work
appreciate, and
that has gone into.
I generally feel like people do not appreciate the work that she has done as a first lady in our country. And it's not that they need to appreciate it, but sometimes as citizens, we need to acknowledge the work that people are doing. I, for example, perhaps I care because the kids that benefit from that
You know
campus
them.
are children that are close to me.
Mm,
I care about what happens to my learners after school.
mm.
And just knowing that after school, they get to go to B3 campus and do activities that keep them away from the streets, away from the drugs.
In a
For me,
productive, they built them up, they gain skills.
like many, many more years for
Mm,
Madam Monica Kinkos. Because for me,
definitely.
I feel like those are the kind of people we need in our society, honestly. So she's the is it fourth or third
I think it's your friends, you mentioned your friends, then you
um,
mentioned your
teacher.
teacher, then you mentioned her, so you're on the fourth one.
The fourth one would be top sharing,
Mm,
and it's in the aspect of identity and confidence,
mm.
believing in yourself,
Self, exactly.
challenging the odds in your comfort zone, and going beyond um, the norms
Mm.
of what people put certain limits for you because you look a certain way
So you
or
come
you
from.
come from a certain
Mm,
background or dress a certain way. But Top Cherry is one person that is rooted in who she is and what she wants in life. And I've experienced her on a personal level where we just have a normal conversation. She's a celebrity, but she's very humble.
mm,
And that is the kind of person that I want to be, that I am. I believe so.
exactly.
I want to be like it.
Uh,
And I really, really love it so much. Um, the last person would probably be. Did I mention the name?
no, there's no bed on that list.
I really love the dog, guys.
Mm,
I love the dog so much in the aspect of. I feel like I followed his career
mm,
from a very young, tender age, you know, and he has been through a lot as an artist. And I'm that one person when I draw inspiration from people, your personal life is none of my business.
mm.
That is you outside the work that you do.
So, yes.
But the way he grew his brand, because I'm very big on branding,
Mm,
that man stood on business with Mshasho.
yes, yes, yes.
Like, and it's something that I would love to see a lot of young Namibians do in terms of branding. Because our people, you can't say you are trying to grow your brand, but you are focused on the wrong things.
Mm,
Because it's about how long will that brand grow and how far will it go. And for me, in terms of branding and in terms of consistency,
yes.
the dog is the person for me. He really inspires
And I
me
think
in
that's
that
again
aspect.
another aspect for young men and young boys out there. Look at the dog, look at Gaza.
Yeah.
These are guys that are also successful in doing what they wanted to do. But why are they successful? Because they saw the business element to be able to understand that
Yeah.
just being an artist and branding.
Branding.
Branding was very, how many shows don't those guys perform it and all of that.
Yeah.
But what we also don't see from them is the hard work
Well,
that goes behind that. Guys, it's not just picking up a mic and singing and
yes.
rapping and all of those things and dancing. There's a lot of work that goes in behind it, a lot of struggle that goes in behind it. And you have to learn. And I think my last message would really just be that there's so many things one can do in this country.
Mm.
Don't limit yourself. If you wanna be a chef, invest in that because you could become one of the best chefs in Namibia. Not even in Namibia. You could become one of the best chefs in Africa, in the
Yeah.
world. Invest in your skills. People will laugh. people will always laugh, and
Mm-hmm.
that's okay as long as you have
Mm-hmm.
a plan and you push through with it. I will- I
People
firmly
laugh.
support you.
People laugh. They laugh at me when I did my diploma, but here I'm sitting employed with my diploma. I have
Exactly,
my bachelor's now. I still have my job with my that I got with my diploma. Here I am. No, she won't make it to the top 10, and I'll mention this
exactly.
again. But here I am. Guys, people will
We'll
talk.
talk exactly. Don't listen to the outside
Don't
noise.
listen to the outside noise.
Mm,
But yeah, Rivaldo, thank you so much.
mm.
It means a lot, man.
I
Just
know
your time.
it was a pleasure being on Purple Talks with Oluwan.
Ah,
I love purple actually. I love
yeah, man.
purple. It
Thank
goes
you.
well. All the
It's a
best for this
pleasure.
platform.